Welcome back. We're going to talk about making mistakes today, but not just any mistakes. I'm not going to be talking about improvising and how mistakes can lead you to more fun guitar parts that you might not have known existed. I'm a huge fan of that, but today we're going to talk about how to cope with making mistakes while you're performing. So the first one, this is the simplest. You make a mistake, you pretend nothing happened. You just find your place and you keep going. Let's say we're doing something like this. We're just doing like an E minor, down to a B minor, down to an A major, and that's just going to loop around. Let's say I don't quite get back to that E minor. What am I going to do? I'm going to keep the count and I'm just going to try to jump back in. So yeah. What's the chord? Never mind. We're on to the next one, right? It's a stupid example, I know. But hopefully it gets the point across. And if that happens and you're playing with the band, what's probably going to happen is you're going to make some kind of face like, and then your drummer's going to look at you like, what are you doing? That's what happens to me all the time. In fact, we all do it to each other in the band. If someone makes a mistake, we'll all just give them the side eye, like, you know you messed up. And he's like, yeah, I do. Because it's not a big deal. If you think about it, probably the shortest sets I've seen have been like 20 minutes. And you've made a mistake that took 0.5 of a second, maybe a second. People don't remember it. The crowd doesn't remember it unless you make it a big deal. So that's my number one way of dealing with mistakes. Pretend you didn't make a mistake and just keep going. Some people, I've heard this bit of advice that says, if you make a mistake in a song, make sure you make it again and then everyone will think it's on purpose. Maybe that's good advice. I don't know. I've never done that one. If it's a tiny little mistake, you don't got to worry about it. It's fine. Doesn't matter. So the next way you can deal with a mistake is to make it a part of the performance. So what I'm talking about is, let's say you're playing the intro to a song. I saw a video of some fantastic drummer doing exactly this. And he's playing some technical jazz thing, and the band starts playing, and he comes in, and like 3 bars in, he just loses it. He's like, no, start again. And so the band starts up again, and he makes the same mistake, and he's like, no, start again. We're not doing this. So right now the whole band's like laughing, and the audience is laughing, because it's just like, it's funny, it happens. And you can take that in your stride. It doesn't have to be the end of the world if you completely bomb a part of a song. So an example from my own history. My band The Rooms wrote a song called Diamonds recently, and I get to start the song. The first time we played it, we did this big talky introduction. And like, to be honest, the pressure got to me a little bit. And I start playing it and I'm just... And it's gone. I just did the same thing. I just said, no. We're not going to play it like that for the first time. We're starting again. Everyone's laughing. It's fine. It's a little bit embarrassing for me, but who cares? I'm human. It's fun. That probably brings me to the key takeaway from this video. If you make it okay to make a mistake, it's okay to make a mistake. Obviously, in this context, I'm talking about performing for a real crowd. I'm not talking about like your university recitals or something like that when you're actually like, it's a test. That's not what I'm talking about, because that's not a real performance to me. It kind of is, but it kind of isn't. I just wanted to talk about playing a show to normal people that A, might not even know what went wrong in the first place, and B, if you do make a mistake and you make it funny, they're gonna think it's funny, because we love to laugh at other people. Just make it funny. It's not a big deal. So the other thing that I want to say is, with regards to making mistakes, the best thing you can do to avoid that is to practice a lot, obviously. But what goes hand in hand with that practicing is just getting your nonverbal communication with your bandmates really locked in. Because if you can do that, someone can make a mistake and everyone else can compensate for it. I used to play in a band years ago. I remember this one particular performance. We were playing a new song. It always seems to be a new song because it's under-rehearsed, right? We skipped a whole section, like a whole pre-chorus or something. We just skipped it. And our singer of our band didn't even notice, because we all just saw someone go to this next section and everyone just jumped on it. We're like, okay, cool, we'll just do that. We got to the end of the set and all walked off stage and we were like, wow, I can't believe we skipped that whole section. And the singer of the band was like, what are you talking about? I didn't notice a thing. But yeah, that's my advice. It's pretty short, but hopefully it's helpful for someone. If you make a mistake and you're performing, either play it off like it didn't happen or make it a funny joke for everyone to laugh at and then just carry on with the show. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's a show. Don't be scared of mistakes. Mistakes happen. And I hope that's the other big takeaway from this as well. Everyone's gonna have good nights and bad nights playing shows, right? The important thing as well is to make sure that when you have a bad night, you don't dwell on it. All you gotta do, you finish playing your show, you're not happy with your performance, you think about what went wrong for you, and next time you take steps to make sure that aspect of your performance is a bit better. For example, a lot of the solos I play live are improvised. If I'm not practicing my improvising throughout the week, I'm never happy with the way my solos turn out on the night. Full stop, never happy with it. So I try really hard to keep my improv practice going through the week, and then when it gets to Saturday or Friday or whatever and I get to play that gig, my ears and hands are all linked up and my improvising is just good. But you know what the thing is? No one's ever going to notice except me. And for you, as long as it's just a minor thing, probably no one's going to notice except for you. Unless you're a drummer. If you go out of time, good luck playing that off as a weird choppy fill. That's all from me. Check back in on Saturday for a guitar review, and I'll see you next time.